in '08, I really felt that my vision was bad, and my manager at the time suggested me to go get my eyes checked. So I went to the mall, a little local lens crafters, and I got some glasses prescribed to me. And throughout the season, I should say for most of the season, I wore those glasses. Then the last month, I ditched them. I didn't feel they were really helping. I was still striking out a lot, so I ditched them. Then after the season, my farm director at the time suggested I go to St. Louis and see our eye doctor and another local eye doctor out there, and that's when I was diagnosed with keratoconus.
Okay.
And from '09, I've been wearing gas permeable contacts, but from 2010 and this year, I've started seeing a lot better results in baseball. From my hitting, my reactions on defense to the ball, and I'm just now starting to realize how important vision is now, for what I do.
Okay. So have you had any fluctuations in the vision recently?
Yeah, I feel I have, because at times certain things appear a little bit blurry. I feel like it's getting harder for me to somewhat read certain things, or pick up things with my contacts. And I know that this is a something that gradually worsens or gets worse. So I was told that the surgery from you is very beneficial, and from you reaching out to me says a lot in general. It tells me that you care not only about what you do, but about me as well.
Well, and the reason why we know that and the impact it has on athletes is because a lot of athletes have been patients of mine that have this condition.
Okay.
And some people, well, you probably heard about Steve Holcomb,
Yeah,
the
I've read about it.
And he was in a situation where they found out about my technology. Fortunately, it wasn't quite too late in the game, so to speak, but it was at the point when he had virtually retired as being a driver, because the vision was just, he didn't want to risk the safety of his teammates at that point. So you're, on the other hand, we're catching this early, we're nipping it in the bud early, so it won't progress in the future, which is great, and just holding things where it's at right now, which is also good, for your peace of mind, psychologically knowing that this is going to be arrested. So, that's an important advantage too. What we're going to do is we're going to strengthen the whole cornea. In the system that I have, actually, we treat the whole entire cornea. So we strengthen all the way out to the very edges. And it's unique in terms of how that works, because it's going to completely strengthen the whole cornea, not just one zone of it, but the whole cornea. So that will help keep everything now stable.
Now stabilize it. It won't get any worse than that.
Pretty much, yeah.
So there's no possibility. I mean, you said there's little possibility of it getting better.
Yeah, this is meant as more of a prevention procedure.
I got you.
So that's really what it's designed to do, is more prevent the changes.
All right.
So giving you also the peace of mind, knowing not worrying about your vision,
right?
Which that's worth a lot.
I just had the cross-linking procedure done. It's a little uncomfortable, only in the aspect that you have to keep your eyes open like that, but it's it's really a pain-free surgery. You know, I've been through surgery twice before, and you know, I've come out crying. And here, you know, you in the chair, relax, feet kicked up for 30 minutes, and you're done. It's a pretty relaxing experience. You know, they treat you very good here. You know, that's always a plus. You come in here, you know, you get treated very professional, and you know, Dr. Brian takes you through the procedure, you know, very nice and smooth, safely, and next thing you know, 30 minutes later, you're done. You know, I just like to thank him for everything he's done for me, because not only is he a good doctor, you know, he's a good person as well. That's very important. I'd like to mention again, you know, for anybody with keratoconus, you know, to look into the Holcomb C3-R procedure, because you know, it could stop your keratoconus from progressing, you know, and potentially improve your vision dramatically. You know, so I would strongly recommend the Holcomb C3-R.